Alfie, today we announced that you're going to be returning to Tottenham Hotspur following around about 6 months with the Valiants. Talk to us about how you found the experience overall.
No, I've loved every minute of it. I think the fans, staff, players made me feel so welcome from either the first game or the first day I was in the building and made my first loan, and my experience a very enjoyable one, so I've loved every minute of it.
So you joined the club in late August, partway through pre-season. Talk to us about how you settled in, how the players, first team staff and wider club staff helped you through that settling in process.
No, there was a massive help. I think we knew that obviously it's my first loan and I would be a bit not as comfortable coming in as what I would be when I was back at Tottenham in the 21s, but they made me settle in really well, made me feel welcome from the first day, and I thank them for that, because I think over the course of the time, I think as you get more comfortable, feel more welcome, you feel more comfortable on the pitch, and obviously that's the most important part is what you do on the pitch, and I think they've done everything they can to help me.
So obviously we touched on the gaffer briefly there. How have you found working under the gaffer Andy Crosby and the wider first team staff with John Schofield, David Dunn, Carlo Nash? How have they helped you grow both on and off the pitch as a person and a player?
No, massively. I think obviously he's the first manager to trust me, to take me on loan in the first place, so I thank him massively for that, and then for playing me as well, because it's a big thing for a manager to put trust in, let alone a young player, but someone who's on loan as well, and I think he trusted me throughout my time here, and with Dunny and Scoey and Nashy as well. I think they were brilliant with me off the pitch as well, made me feel welcome also, gave me great advice on the pitch, so I can't thank them enough.
Your time with the Vale has been your first professional loan away from Spurs, and although you've only been here for around about 6 months, you've pretty much experienced everything there is to experience in professional football, the highs, the lows, everything in between. How have those experiences helped you, and how will they help you moving forward in your career as a person and again as a player?
Yeah, no, massive. I think obviously when the idea was brought that I wanted to go on loan, this is sort of everything that I wanted it to be. I think not everything's going to be dead smooth sailing. I think you are going to get ups and downs, and I think the team helped me a lot when there was downs as well, not just individually but as a team as well, and obviously the ups as well when we're on the pitch, and makes a difference off the pitch as well, so no, it was good.
So, like you've just touched on, there aren't many things that you haven't experienced while you've been here. But what have you enjoyed the most throughout your time at the club?
Obviously, I'd say playing games. I mean, especially playing at home as well. I think from the first game, when my name got announced in the first team sheet at home, the reception I got from the crowd, and then throughout ever since, home and away following, it's been obviously quite special for me as my first loan, my first experience of it as well. So, just a massive credit to the fans.
So, from you coming in and being the one getting that experience from a professional league club in Port Vale, we've seen the shift of a few academies prospects coming through and partaking in whether it be training sessions or first team games with the likes of Rhys Walters, Jack Shorrock, Bailey DePepper, to name but a few more. How's that shift been for you from being the one looking for that advice to being the one delivering it to them kind of players?
Yeah, I think I touched on this in the interview last time. I think that I've always, when I was a young player and I always used to go up, I was always looking for help and advice, and I think being in a position where you're able to give that, I think it's special, and I think it's something that you shouldn't take for granted, the position that you're in, because like I said, I love it when them young boys train with us, and I think they're very much part of the first team group this season especially, so I think my time here so I've just tried to give the best advice possible, whether it was in training, when they play, when they come off the bench and stuff, because obviously sometimes it is scary coming on, or maybe playing your first game. I remember Ben and Jack's first game, they were brilliant sort of thing, in that game you didn't really need to coach them because of how good they were, but then there's sometimes where the games maybe aren't going as good, and that's where they need help, and that was a position maybe I was in there, either in training or in games sometimes. So look, I love working with the young lads when they come over.
It's pretty well documented that you enjoyed a number of call-ups to the England setup throughout your time at the Vale, including a number of training sessions with the senior team too. Talk to us about how your experience here has helped you in that setup and being that person again to pass on that advice from a professional club to some of the lads that perhaps haven't had that experience just yet, especially playing alongside your then teammate and Ollie Arblaster.
Yeah, no, it's good. I think I was in a similar position last year where I was in a squad and half of them was on loan, or maybe getting regular minutes at their first team, and then some of us were playing 21s as well, and you do sort of look for is more help and advice on the pitch. I think leading by example a little bit, and I think me being here, then going back to England when we have some camps and we have games, I think the players that maybe haven't experienced league football yet, I think the international stage and certainly bits of it come into league football as well. So I've got given great advice here that I've been able to take over that.
And we can't let you go without talking about that goal and that knee slide against Mansfield Town. Ultimately sent the club into the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup for the first time in the club's history. Talk us through that moment and what it meant to you both professionally and personally.
No, it was a special moment. I think I watched it back that many times. I think I'm more looking at the fans' reaction rather than my goal, and I think they made it even more special for me, because obviously it was in the goal, they were behind it and sort of thing, and then the celebrations afterwards just topped it off.
And throughout your time here, obviously we've got to know you as a person, but we've also had the pleasure to get to know your family too. Just tell us about how they found their experience of both coming to watch you, what they've thought of that, and how they found coming to Vale Park and their own personal experience behind the scenes.
No, they've loved it. I think every home game they've managed to get to, even away games, they try and get to most of them. I think when they come here, they feel very welcome. They feel like they can be themselves, relaxed, and I think the staff and the fans around the place is a big credit to that in helping them sort of be comfortable when they come and watch me. And just also a massive thank you from them, I guess, for everything that you've done.
So obviously when you did sign in the summer, there was a lot of buzz from the Port Vale supporters, and obviously as the months have gone by, it's pretty easy to see why. What would your parting message be to them for their support throughout your 6 months at the club? Because to them it feels like you've been here for a lot longer.
Yeah. No, just a massive thank you. I think, like I said before, from my first game here to even the Reading game at the weekend, even though it got cut short, I think the support has been really good. I mean, I've loved every minute of it. I felt welcome on the pitch, feel great, you know, especially playing at home, loved it. The away support's been incredible so far, and I think just a massive thank you for everything.
Finally, just before we let you go, what would your message be to any player considering joining the Vale now, in the future, whether it be on loan or permanently? What would you say to them?
I'd say take your opportunity while you get it. I think it's a great club, and I think obviously with me, Ollie, and a few of the loan boys, even though we've all gone back now, I think everyone has very positive comments to make on the time here, and I think whatever new player comes in, within a week you feel part of the squad, because it's just they're that close together on and off the pitch. Staff as well. It's a great club to be involved in.
Alfie, thank you, and good luck in the future, mate.
Thank you.